Here is an explanation for the answer to question number 100, the final question in the final exam of Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, 5th edition. That's edition number 5. The question talks about a particular component that exhibits a particular complex impedance, which turns out to be 33 plus J22, that is to say 33 ohms of resistance and 22 ohms or 22 imaginary ohms of inductive reactance. That component will produce a certain phase angle that we can determine by looking at the vector that goes out to this point from the origin, and this angle right here, typically called phi or phi, lowercase Greek letter phi, is the phase angle. Now, we don't know exactly what this phase angle is just by looking at this graph. It looks to be something around 30 degrees, plus 30 degrees, but in order to really figure it out for sure, we would have to take the tangent, well actually we would have to take the arctangent based on the rectangle here. 22 divided by 33 is 2/3, so this is the arctangent of 2/3. If you want to go and take your calculator and figure that out, be my guest, but we don't need to know that information specifically. The question asks us, what happens if we double both the resistance and the reactance to get a vector that goes like that? Well, if we double both the height and the width of this rectangle and then draw its diagonal, we're going to get a vector that points in exactly the same direction as it did before. Now, we're talking about a frequency in this question, but actually the frequency is irrelevant. All we need to know is the fact that these two quantities, the real number resistance and the imaginary number reactance, increase in the same proportion. The result then is that this vector, this phase angle vector, will point in the same direction as it did before. That particular situation is reflected by choice A, as in alpha. That concludes the final exam for Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, 5th edition. If you happen to be watching this and you like the presentations that I have been making, which I'm also continually trying to improve in terms of production quality, never be Hollywood here, but I hope that I'll be able to instruct you effectively this way. If you like these and you want to see more, you can find my email right on my website. And that website, at least as of now, is sciencewriter.net. So long.